Transportation Minister Ameachi deceived President Buhari procured low-quality locomotive coaches for use in Nigeria, a peace chieftain. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. After the Abuja to Kaduna rail attack, which occurred on Monday, Amechi told journalists during an interview that had predicted the attack and presented a memo to the Federal Executive Council (FEC) for procurement of security equipment, but it was rejected. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Cabals, has accused Rotimi Ameachi, Minister of Transportation, of blaming President Buhari for his own failure. After the Abuja to Kaduna rail attack, which occurred on Monday, Amechi told journalists during an interview that he had predicted the attack and presented a memo to the Federal Executive Council (FEC) for the procurement of security equipment, but it was rejected. Minutes of a meeting cited by Sahara reporters marked EC 2021-23C on September 24, 2021, presided over by Prof. Yemi Osibanjo, Vice President of Nigeria. At a time when the president was out of the country for the United Nations General Assembly, showed that Amechi proposed that a 2-year-old company who has a father, mother, and a child as his director should be given the contract worth 3.7 billion naira. Incorporated on August 6, 2019 by Prince Godwin Momo, Chioma Momo, and George Momo, the firm had a turnover of only 84.9 million naira. Reacting in a statement on Saturday, Babs accused the minister of blaming the attack and failures of his ministry to secure the lives of Nigerians using the facility on his colleagues and by extension the Nigerian government. He had added that Amaechi had been fingered for procuring low-quality and out-of-use locomotive coaches into the country, and if he had opted for a digital train, the bandits wouldn't have gained unhindered access to the train from outside whilst in motion. The statement reads, "The response of the Minister of Transport wrote to me, Chibike Amechi, to the sad occurrence at the Abuja to Kaduna rail line left a lot of Nigerians in shock. To some who are very similar with these usual antics and ineptitude, it was rather an expected reaction from a man who is known for his usual attempt to rather cringe from realities and resort to apportioning blames." In a statement on Tuesday, the minister had blamed the attack and the failures of his ministry to secure the lives of Nigerians using the facility on his colleagues and by extension the federal government. While on the spot assessment of a scene, the minister showed no empathy at all to the victims of the attack, their families or Nigerians in general, but he went on blaming every other person except himself. Isn't it high time the Rotimi gave up his wool-gathering approach to solving problem? In spite of President Buhari's commitment to the rail revolution, the transport minister has rubbed tar on the project. Recall that the minister had been fingered for procuring low-quality and out-of-use locomotive coaches into the country. If the minister adopted for a digital train, the bandits would not have gained unhindered access to the train from outside whilst in motion. How far can arrogance and cluelessness take Amechi into today's Nigeria? To begin with, we must accept the fact that vast swatches of our country are increasingly become bandit territories. Authorities at all levels and in all spheres, traditional, religious, civic, need to ask themselves what they can and must do to change this narrative. We must also understand that in the face of a national tragedy, the divisive rhetoric and bigotry stemming from petty politics will only compound the problem. In times like this, we must collectively commit to do all we can do to take our country from criminal gangs. The Abuja to Kaduna road has been practically ceded to kidnappers to operate freely at several points along the expressway. Many have therefore opted for the train, considered to be safer and more convenient. Not anymore. Before last Monday's attack, there had been an attempt to breach security at the Kaduna airport. Amechi's reaction is an affirmation that a leopard cannot change its port. The country's rail project is about to witness a repeat of his poor outing as governor in Rivers State for 8 years, where he had no legacy project to his name apart from White Elephant's project littered across the state like the failed Shanghai Farms and cable car construction from the government house towards My Free Market. The minister's outburst added credence to leaked audio of him some time ago to a section of the media that the president does not read. With this coming from one that is arrogating to him the sobriquet of anointed successor without proven record of performance and ability to interpret the president's vision into reality, there is need to assess individual antecedents before certain responsibilities are bestowed on them. Families of victims should take heart as this incident has gone down in history as rewarding to the Minister of Transport. Rotimi has been enriched by the blood of innocent Nigerians to the tune of 3 billion naira. While we await Chinese enforcement of their sovereignty clause after poor workmanship frittered away the billions of dollars loans granted Ameachi's ministry. Wow. Like, wow. Wow. Okay, are we going to be surprised? They knew that Amaechi brought substandard train coaches but kept silent because he's an APC minister. The failing railways is becoming symptomatic of the APC government, failure and blame game. Apart from outlaws attacking the trains at will, derailment every other month has become the order of the day. One by one, all of these enemies will be exposed and punished at the appropriate time. Yes, he's coming out to say this now or give us this news. Of what use? This news would have been useful before they even started making use of the rail, before this incident. But alas, a typical Nigerian method, our leaders are never proactive people. He was giving money to reform NRC, not just standard gauge. He's to do both standard and narrow gauge. He ignored the old and focused on new. Now both old and new are in danger and no money according to them. APC have now stopped chasing shadows. Reality is really done on them and they're not capable of running the country well. Okay. These are the old ones. Please be prudent in your reports. He was giving money to reform NRC, not just standard gauge. He's to do both standard and narrow gauge. He ignored the old and focused on new. Now both old and new are in danger and no money according to them. APC have now stopped chasing shadows. Reality is really done on them and they're not capable of running the country well. Okay. These are the old ones. Please be prudent in your reports.